Welcome students to the online class Standard 8th Subject Science. Lesson number 3, Force and Pressure. So student, let us see the topics that we are going to cover in this slide. The first one is friction, second one is balanced force, and the third one is unbalanced force. So let us see all three of them one by one in detail. So student, the first topic which we are going to see is friction. So student, what do we mean by frictional force or friction? Friction is nothing but it is an occurrence whenever two surfaces rub against each other. Okay, friction is a force that always act in an opposite motion. For an example, as you can see in the slide, the first figure, when a boy is cycling, okay, so while cycling he is acting to the opposite of an object. Like while cycling on the road, the force has been applied by the cycle on the road, okay, so because of that road the friction has been occurred. The next picture you can see the boy is driving the car with his hand. So how the car is moving ahead? Because of the frictional force. Okay, this is because of the force of friction between the ground surface and the object in motion, that is the car. In absence of frictional force, student, the object would have remained in the motion. Okay, it means that student, frictional force is very important or useful in our daily life. Suppose while walking, okay, while walking on the road, we push the ground behind with our feet. So in absence of the frictional force, when the frictional force is absent, we will slip or will not able to walk. Why? Because there is no friction between the road and the walking of a person. Okay, so that is why friction is very much needed for any kind of work or to apply any of the force. Okay, so student, all the object in motion have frictional force acting on them while it is acting in the opposite direction to the direction of motion. So student, you must have seen that one tends to slip over banana peel, okay, on the street. Why? Because the banana peel is in smooth surface, and when one walks on it, the person slips on it because of the absence of friction. As you can see in this slide, the boy is running. He is creating friction towards the road. Here also the boy is acting force in opposite direction, means he is pushing the box, okay, on the floor. Because of what? Because of the friction force, it is moving ahead by applying the force by the boy. So student, let us move with the next topic, that is balanced and unbalanced force. So let us begin with the balanced force. So student, balanced force is the force which doesn't have any changes in the motion of an object when the force is applied. Means what? As you can see in the above slide, the picture, on both the side, in tug of war, the peoples are pulling the rope, but the numbers of peoples are equal on both the side. It means what? It doesn't have any changes in the motion of that rope, it will remain same. Means what? The rope is not going to change its position or motion. Why? Because force applied on both the side are equal. Okay, so when equal force is applied on both the side, and because of what, the motion of an object doesn't change, it remains unchanged, then we can say that balanced force is applied to an object. So in the above slide, the boy sitting on the chair is an example of balanced force. In this slide, the man is sitting on the sofa is an example of balanced force. Student, let's begin with the next topic, that is unbalanced force. So by the name unbalanced means what? the force which has been applied will be not in balance, will be not equal. So when the force applied, or when the force is acting on any of the object which causes change in the motion, change in the position of that object, then we can say that unbalanced force is applied to that object. Suppose in the above figure you can see the men are pulling the rope from both the side, but men on the right hand side and men on the left hand side are unequal, are not equal. So when the force applied on that rope will not be equal. So we can say that when the force applied to any of the object are not in balance, is unbalanced, and because of which the position, the motion of that object changes, then we can say that unbalanced force is been applied to that object. So student, as you can see in the above slide, the man is pushing such a huge table. So the weight of this table is too much, but the man is not having that much of capability or not that much of potential to push the table. In comparison to the weight of the man, and the weight of the table is not equal, not balanced, and the force applied by the man is not balanced, so we can say that unbalanced force is being used by man to change the position of the table. Okay, thank you.